Hello friends and welcome back. Another exciting episode. Today we're going to talk about the tune Me and My Guitar, a classic James Taylor tune from the 1970s. This tune not only has this tremendous little sort of bluegrassy Piedmont style riff to it, but also the lyrics have so accurately defined the relationship between the person and the guitar, as well as any I've ever heard in any song. And as always, friends, before we begin, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can keep all of this great guitar knowledge flowing. Love the comments and hope that this is actually serving some purpose to all of you out there. So let's begin. This song is one of the tunes back in the 70s when I started playing guitar that I heard on a record, and I said, that is very cool. I need to learn how to play that. Take a look at the basic opening riff here, and if you look at the tab, you'll see that I've broken it into 16th notes. But don't get alarmed. It's just because where the treble, where the melody notes fall is usually just right before the strong beat. So let's break that down. What are we really doing? Well, for the hands on the left hand, we're basically playing an E7 chord and we're playing a piece of a B7 chord, okay? So this is really where the fingers need to fall to do this picking strum, okay? So if you've got that feel, so it's da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, okay? So if we look at the tab on the screen, we can see the counting of this is going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you want to feel that balance in the fingers. You can feel that when you do the open, hammer on, as you do the 2, you're swinging down to the base of the 2 after that 2. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again the fingers are basically in the E7 position, open E7, and the B7 without the 1 and without the little finger, okay? So that's basically where the fingers need to be. And so when you put that together, so one time you're going to do 3 and 4 and the next time you're going to go 3, 4, okay? And you're just going to like stomp it. 4, or you could do 4 up here. You can do different things once you get the feel of this strum. Yeah, you could do different things, but you have to feel that groove. Dun, dun, dun. Me and my guitar, always in the same mood. I'm mostly flesh and bones and he's mostly wood. So you see how that feels. Now we keep going along with that. Nevertheless, we're impatient for the changes I don't. Now when we say no, we're going to change now and go into this chord. No. So here we change up things a little bit by playing this chord with the 4th, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fret. And if you look at this chord, and if you slid this down, you would see that actually there is the C, right? That's a C chord, or an A minor 7, right? A C chord. And then if we go up here, of course, we have to put this first finger in that fret. And so what do we have here, really? C, a D chord, right? So this is another way of playing a D chord. So we're playing the D chord and then the A7 chord, okay? And we don't really have any guides there. other than just making a twist with our fingers, and we're going to aim that third finger for where the second finger is so that we can get to the A7. So we've got a D, A7, and then we're going to go from there to that bass walk up, if you will. If he can't go to heaven, maybe I don't want to go, no. And then we're back into the roll again. So that last line is going to look like this. We've got the E, and we've got the third string. And again, what do we have here? We have an E and a G sharp, right? So we're basically going up by tenths or thirds, but really tenths, right? So we're going to go with an E with a tenth, E to G sharp, right? And then we're going to go to the F sharp and the A. So now we're in the minor third, right? Or the minor tenth, if you will. And then we're going to just roll that up to the G sharp. Then when we get to the A, we're going to go to a major third again, or a tenth, right? So you can see that the E and the A, E being the 1 of the key, right? And A being the 4 of the key, are both major thirds. So we're going to pop out our fingers like this into adjacent frets. But on the other ones, the F sharp and the G sharp, those are minor thirds. So those will be straight up like this, right? So we're going to go E, F sharp, G sharp, A, and now we're going to go to a B minor, which is interesting because that's really the 5, right? But it's a minor here. And so we're going to just go down to the B flat, back down to the G sharp, to the F sharp, G sharp, chromatically down to the F sharp, and then into the familiar pick pattern again. So to get the rhythm of that, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? And of course with the words, if he can go to heaven, maybe I don't want to go, Lord. And then we're back into this again. Okay, what do we got so far? We've got really the whole verse here. We've got da 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 da. Okay, so there's something we haven't talked about. So the basic finger pick on this is going to be that then our newfound D chord, A chord, and then up with the sequence of 6th intervals. So, and starting on the B to the G sharp, ending on the D to the B, right? And of course the D and the B, the D is the 7th of the E, and the B is the 5th, right? So we're actually playing an E7, piece of an E7 there, okay? So that's why that works. Leads us right into the E7, and then we go into the rhythm. Now that second verse is the same strumming as the first, but now when we go to the last line, he hops up on his knees singing, get down, Pops, it's song time. And now we're going to go into the bridge. Now, in keeping with a bluegrass feel to this song, we're going to actually borrow now from the Tony Rice version of this song. Tony Rice, of course, famous bluegrass country guitarist, actually an icon, really, right? But when I listened to his recording, actually, I was able to take what he did in his recording and make more of a bridge. because the James Taylor version, as much as I love this little thing going on here with the acoustic guitar, when it goes to the bridge, the band sort of takes over with some chords, chordal forms, and the guitar kind of gets lost in the bridge on the James Taylor version. Of course, it's a beautiful recording, but acoustically on the guitar, we kind of, I felt myself kind of losing my way a bit. When I watched and listened to the Tony Rice version, that's where I found a continuous beat that I could keep driving with the acoustic guitar. So I latched onto that and modified it slightly. So when we come off of this, hops up on my knees singing, get down pops, it's song time. And then I'm going to use this hammer on into the E to push me and propel me into the bridge. Okay, so the chords on the bridge are going to be, we're going to start with the E7, every now and then, E, 3, 4, and now I'm going up to an E flat diminished. Okay, so on the Tony Rice version, he plays it in G, so he goes down to the F sharp. But in this case, since we're in E, we're going to go down to the E flat, which is really going up. Right? So we've got a basic E flat diminished 7th chord here. And we're still doing basically the same bluegrass finger roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So we're going to go from the E for 4 beats to the E flat diminished 7th for 2 beats, driving us down to the G sharp 7. Simple version G sharp 7 with the bass, with the bar and a single note here. That's all we need, because we're just going to play on the bass. We're going to play root and 7th, okay? And it sounds fine. And then we're going to slide into the C sharp minor 7. Okay, so, and then we're going to go to the A7. So it's going to be like this. E for 4, da 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 da, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these picking patterns are very similar on the bridge, but depending on the chord, you modify as you feel, right? Of course, if we're doing a hammer on the E, we have to play that first finger to get the hammer on, right? So with the thumb and the first finger, makes sense to do it like that. But now up here, when we're on the E flat diminished, we're going to play with the thumb and the 2 first. But then the inside out roll is the same. And then when we get to the G sharp, we're going to play the same thumb and 2. Okay, but now we're back out to the 6th fret, to the 6th string, rotating 6, 4, right? Because we're now playing a full bar. And then when we go to the C sharp minor, we're going to go back to the 5th string because the C sharp is on the 5th string, right? And then when we go to the A, we go back to the 6th string, the B7, back to the 6th string. So depending on where your bass note is where your first beat of your thumb's going to be. And you get to feel that, and that's how it works. Now, the second time through, we're basically doing the same thing again. The E flat diminished to the G sharp, and then the C sharp, and then now we're going to stay on the A, okay? Da 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 da, and when I'm going da, and I'm putting in a little slide there on the little finger on the 2nd fret. And doing that for a couple of beats, and then I'm going up to this little that's E to C up to the 6th run, right? So I'm running a bunch of 6ths. So this is just an A7 chord. So we've got a major, a minor, a minor, major, a major, a minor, a major. Okay? So it's going to be da 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 da. And I'm only playing the thumb and the second finger for this. Okay, thumb and second finger. Thumb is rotating, second finger. If I can get my first finger out of there, you can see that I'm just playing that. So it's just, so that's that run. And then that fits, and then that goes back into the original. So the bridge will sound something like this. So remember how we're coming into the hammer-on. Every now and then, I'm a lonely man. Nice to know that I've got a friend. Puts his power right in my hand. And all I've got to do is the best I can, if I can. And then you're back into the original riff for the piece, okay? So that's how the song will work. So this is really a great tune, and when you get all the pieces in place, you should have something that sounds kind of like this. I'll play a couple of verses for you. Me and my guitar, always in the same mood. I am mostly flesh and bones, and he's mostly wood. Never does grow impatient for the changes I don't know. If he can't go to heaven, baby, I don't want to go, no. Picture me in the key of E, call me Uncle John. Any fool can easily see that we go back a long time. There's something like fine to me, no such time as the wrong time. Hopes up on my knees, singing midtime pops at song time. Every now and then, I'm a lonely man. Nice to know that I've got a friend. Puts his power right in my hand. And all I've got to do is the best I can, if I can. And so you get the idea. And so, friends, I hope that gives you something to work with. It is a great tune. I think it's kind of neat how we have taken the James Taylor original version and melded it and giving it a little bit of a flavor of the Tony Rice Bluegrass version and coming out with something that stands on its own as a solo acoustic piece. A lot of cool things in here to play with and to learn from. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in our next exciting episode. Be well.